Hi guys, Chef Don here. Tonight we're going to do prime rib roast, bone in. I skipped ahead a little bit here just to kind of speed up the process. What I've got here is my seasonings that I'm going to season the prime rib with in a butter mixture. Yeah, about a stick of butter, softened, room temperature. And I've got sea salt, ground pepper, a little bit of thyme, and oregano. So I've just kind of made this into a paste that I'm going to cover all over the roast. Meanwhile, my oven is preheating at 500 degrees, and we're gonna, once we get this ready, we're gonna cook that at 5 minutes per pound. So I'm getting this paste. I'll just thoroughly coat it all over the roast. And what's real important is to get your roast at room temperature 4 to 5 hours ahead of time. You really want this thing at room temperature. Okay, now I'm cooking it with the bones on the bottom and the fatty side up. Pretty well covered there, so we're gonna about ready to stick it in the oven. Go. Okay guys, so I've got my roast covered pretty well with the butter and the seasoning. I'm just going to do a little more on top, just right on top, extra salt and pepper. You can't really over season it because, you know, this looks like a lot of salt, a lot of seasonings, but it really is just what's going to caramelize on that outside crust, which really gives it that flavorful outer shell. Not too much of this is going to really soak into the meat. So I'm just going to do a drizzle of olive oil. I always use a high quality olive oil, extra virgin. So like I said, room temperature is very critical that you set this out for 4 or 5 hours prior to cooking. We're going to go in at 500 degrees, 5 minutes per pound. And my roast was just a hair over 3 pounds, so we're going to round up and go for 16 minutes. And I'm going to throw some baked potatoes in the oven as well. Efficiency. Okay, so I'm putting it in. One thing I just added last minute here, because this is only a 2 bone. There's only 2 bones in my roast, and it was kind of tippy. So I added these skewers just to kind of keep it from falling over in the oven. And I'm going to throw these baked potatoes in here. Okay. So we're 500 degrees, 16 minutes, and then we're going to shut the oven off after the timer goes off and let it sit for 2 hours. And that's what just roasts and cooks the internal temperature. Of course, we're going for an internal temperature of about 135, so we will check it in a couple hours.